Hey guys, it's Lil Fondy Unfiltered. Welcome to my podcast on YouTube where we talk about everything from dating in LA to dating apps, dating profiles, girl talk, I talk, everything under the sun, talking about mental health, not being afraid to talk about mental health. Everything except religion or politics, that's a no-no. Also, if you're a negative Nancy Karen with the caca hairdo talking to a manager, a male version of it, get off my page immediately, like Usain Bolt. Also, I want to talk about this because that's what I'm saying, no negative Nancy's, no Karens talking to a manager or a male version, is because we don't need more cruelty in this world. We need humanity in this world, okay? And no one should ever take your sunshine away. And that's why I say never let anyone take your sunshine away, because no one has the right that doesn't know you, that's afraid behind a computer, or someone just is really angry with themselves and protrude that onto you. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with them. So no one has the right to take that from you and be just the way you are. And speaking of it, when it comes to dogs and animal rescue, I talk about this because I told you about my dog that I had, Seven, who I got around Thanksgiving 2017, who if I didn't get her, she would have been put down that day, and I saved a life, and that felt so impactful. And I used to go donate. I gave food, toys to shelters, and I would go there, and it's really, really sad, man. It's so sad to go in California, especially California, Los Angeles, Carson Shelter, Downey Shelter. They all are high kill shelters. There are some states that don't have that, like Montana, God bless, they don't do that. But California is really, really bad. And so when I say if you can donate or adopt or share on your socials, I truly mean it, because that makes a big impact in this world, okay? And there's Rocky Kanaka, Marley's Mutts, Sailor Sarah on IG. She is amazing. She does a lot of, she really does a lot for a shelter in California. And, you know, I will say this. Also, what upsets me is when dogs first of all, dogs have no voice. Animals have no voice. We are their voices. And when you get a puppy and you would adopt one, and then it gets older and you can't deal with it getting older, because that's life, and you dump it at a shelter, you should never be able to have a dog ever again in your life. You don't have a dog that's loved you for eternity and dump it because it got older. And dogs deserve to have a life, and not in a cage. It is so, so sad to me, but we need to help and save dogs. And kindness. And that being said, what in the flying schmuckery is with backhanded compliments? So backhanded compliments, if you know, it's kind of like a haphazard way of being nice, but also being an a-hole. So you're like, you're so pretty, but you know, what's with your bags under your eyes? Or your hair looks great, but you look like you're tired. Yeah, we don't need this, right? And my friend, I don't know if she's gonna get mad I mentioned this. She said, told me a story that like this young girl, of course it's young, and she goes, you have a pretty face to my friend. And then this is what she told me. She goes, you have a pretty face, but your teeth are yellow. Oh, honey, no. And that's why we shut her trap. So the only thing that should be backhanded is you on the tennis court with your racket when you're hitting the ball. That's when it's a backhanded. I hope you have a good swing. That's the only time you should have anything backhanded. Oh, and if you're talking about my nails, because here we go, get ready. I don't care about what you think. I care about what I think and what makes me feel good. I think the ones I get from these guys are like, what's with those long nails? Now, I get acrylics. Cool, because I'm in LA. It's an LA thing. It's in New York, all these places. Now, if you aren't familiar, these are acrylics. Do I get it extra long because I like it? Yes. Now, I do this, get my hair did, get the makeup, get the nails, because that's, as a woman, that's what makes me feel good, and that's what counts. not your opinion. Okay, that being said, yes, and when I talk about dog rescue, I know guys are guys. So the puppies they mention are right and left here. Yes, God gifted me with these goods, and that's it. God gifted me with these natural babies, right? But when I'm talking about puppies, it needs to be about the four-legged with paws. Back to what I was saying, it's just crazy, and then people just think it's okay to say whatever they want to say. And if you can't say, didn't your mom teach you if you can't say anything nice to say, don't say it at all? Maybe apply that. Because a backhanded compliment is just not a compliment at all. It's just a way of, it's like very, what do you call that? There's a word that I can't retain my information, but it will come to me in a minute when the data restores. I have too much data and I can't think. Passive aggressive. There we go. It's a very passive aggressive way. And so either you say you're pretty or you say something nice and then leave it. Okay? Otherwise, you need a zipper to zip, zippity doo dah, shush it up. Okay, so you get the, I know how to speak English. You get the gist of it. Gist of it. I had to because, leave me alone. But the point, what I'm saying is, just be kind. Like, if you can't say a full compliment, then don't say anything at all. And that's the whole point. And I just don't understand what the backhanded compliments are. Because it's not a compliment. That's like a D. You get a grade D. You know what I mean? That's like not. A full compliment would get you an A+. But let's stick with not saying anything if you can't do a full compliment. How about that? So anyway, speaking of grades, I love looking at here we go with Postmates again. I always get nervous when you look at the driver, and not just because it's the driver. You look at their rating, because I just said a grade, so it just shifted right naturally to this. It just went smoothly into this conversation, this topic. But you know how you look at their ratings, and when it's not, like last night I got a Postmates rating, and the Postmates delivery guy got a rating of like 89% instead of 100% or 90-something percent, which that always makes me nervous. And you know why? Because remember about the Postmates guy that dumped my coffee and made us clean it up and watched as we cleaned it up. So you never know these days how we're going to take. Now I'm too nervous. I'm like, are they going to get the food and it's going to be super cold? Is it going to be this guy's just going to eat it and take it? Because I don't know. Luckily, they delivered smoothly and everything was fine. But you never know. Why are they getting a lower percentage? Shouldn't it be like 100%? You just get the food and deliver it. So, you got to think about these things, or at least I do now. Because, it's like the stories of having a crazy Uber driver, or you never know. It's a gamble. It's like you're gambling. Are we going to get a good delivery guy or woman, or are we going to get, because one time I had an Instacart lady. Oh, I forgot to mention this story. Real quickly, this one time for Instacart, she was sitting there and she's like, I don't know what happened, but she had like a massive toot and didn't give me my food that was sitting. I'm like, why? She's like, I've been waiting and calling. Now I have to cancel it. And she was giving me such an attitude about it. And I was like, girlfriend, it says drop it off at the door and leave. That was fun one time. Like I said, you're always gambling and you're not really sure what you're going to get. So it's just kind of a surprise every time. But luckily the guy was good and all was well. Thank goodness. So please guys, like and subscribe, share, likes. I can't talk. I feel like I need another coffee, seriously. I'm very, over this year, I think, and that's what it is. But please I'm ready for 2026. Please like and share and subscribe. I love you guys. Never let anyone take your sunshine away. Don't forget to share about dogs. Love you all. Mwah!